Hey, what's going on guys, and finally the first hidden character for the Shadow Throne has been found, and his name is Skullbreaker. To unlock this character you will need to complete a total of 5 challenges, so let's jump right into it. The riddle for the first challenge is go go go, and to obtain it you will need to survive 21 rounds in under 25 minutes. Here's a setup I recommend taking in, starting off with your specialist, which is going to be Free Fire. For your 3 mods, you're going to take in Mark II, Fully Loaded, and Specialist Training. As for your primary, the 1911, that is absolutely necessary, so when you use Free Fire, you can spray with the bacon and eggs. As for your lethal, take in Satchel Charges or Sticky Bombs, it doesn't really matter. Now, there isn't really a strategy for this one, it just depends on how quick you can be, but the 2 main perks you should get are definitely Double Tap to increase your weapon's damage and rate of fire, since you won't have enough time to open Pack-a-Punch. And the second perk is Speed Cola, so you don't take up too much time while reloading. The only other tips I have for you guys is to never save a zombie at the end of the round, get everything you need from perks to weapons during the round, so pretty much what I'm saying is to never stop shooting. The last tip I have is to use Free Fire as soon as you get it, unless it's towards the end of a round, but if you reach wave 21 in under 25 minutes, you'll see the hidden badge pop up on the screen, and that will be 1 challenge done out of 5. For the second challenge, the riddle was target practice, and this is by far the easiest to obtain. There's no class setup that is needed, all you have to do is get headshots for 3 consecutive waves. As soon as you spawn in, go and purchase the Car 98K off the wall and aim for the head. It will be a one-shot kill for the whole 3 rounds, and the zombies will remain very slow for those 3 rounds as well. Once again, if you only got headshots at the end of round 3, you'll see the hidden badge come up on the screen, and that is 2 challenges done out of 5. Now for these next 2 challenges, I won't be showing any gameplay or strategies because you don't really need them, and if I were to show a strategy, I would have to show a full main Easter egg guide, so in that case, I will just tell you the requirements. The riddle for the third challenge is Hard Shutdown, and to obtain it, you will have to beat the main Easter egg in under 34 minutes. Definitely a difficult one, but I'll link someone else's guide in the description if you need any help. The fourth challenge's riddle was some ground rules first, and to get this one, you'll have to beat the main Easter egg without purchasing any perks, and that goes for everyone in your game. This is a simple one, and you probably won't need a guide. Now for the final challenge, the riddle was showtime, and all you need to do is survive 13 rounds on the stage. Sounds pretty simple, right? Well, guess what? If you're a solo player like me, you're probably going to have a tough time, and that's because you have to start this on round 5 for it to be easier. Because the later you start it, the higher into the rounds you will have to go, so starting it on round 5 means no Pack-a-Punch and only 2 perks. So to make your lives easier, here's the best setup I could come up with. You're going to want to take in Free Fire for your mods, Mark II, Flak Jacket, and Grenadier. Your primary, the 1911, and for the lethal, Satchel Charges. These are all absolutely necessary, and if you don't have the majority of these, then your best bet to get this challenge will be to play with someone else. Moving on to the strategy, from round 1 to 4, shoot the zombies in their legs a couple of times before you melee them. At the end of round 4, save 1 zombie, and at this point you should have at least 8,200 points. From here, purchase the door to the destroyed building, the door to the main street, the door to the cabaret, and the last and final door is the one to the plaza. Once you are done opening those doors, you can then buy double tap and armor as well if you haven't already, then make your way back to the spawn and buy quick revive, and then the last thing we're going to be buying is the M1927. If you do happen to have 1,500, you can then buy the bar off the wall if you would like. Now before I end the video off here and leave the gameplay from round 11 to 18, I'll give you the rest of the tips. The first one being is always have a satchel charge on the ground, so if you get stuck at any time you can just explode it and get out safely. The second tip is after round 11, stand next to the trap and try and survive as long as you can, and once you start getting overwhelmed, activate the trap, but keep watching your back as zombies will still try and attack you. And the third and final one is to try your best and save your Free Fire for the West Lane. Now while you're waiting for the West Lane to arrive, just use a trap, your M1927, and the satchel charges. Well, that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully this helps you guys unlock your first character on the Shadow Throne. If you're having any issues with anything, let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.